All right, welcome everybody around the world. Welcome to all my subscribers. So every day that goes by, I have to draw attention to this because every day that goes by, it gets further and further into the prophecies being fulfilled and actually coming to life, and what was written actually starting to happen. It's undeniable that, like I said before, that Ezekiel's prophecy is coming true. The very nations that Ezekiel named are attacking Israel now. Okay, it was warned that the armies of Gog and Magog would be comprised of Persia, which is Iran, possibly even Iraq, Togarma of the north, which is the region where Lebanon, Syria, and Turkey are. It also names Libya as Put. It names the Islamic nations of Africa. When it says Kush, that's the rest of Africa outside of Egypt, which is majority Islamic. And there's probably one or two others that I've forgotten, but it lists off and names all of these nations, and these nations are the ones attacking Israel right now, and they're attacking Israel together. That is what Ezekiel says would happen, right? They comprise the army of Gog Magog because it's from many nations, from all the corners of the earth. There are supporters, there are people who are going to be part of Gog and Magog. We know this from Ezekiel and from Revelations, where it talks about Gog Magog. Okay, and when you look at what's happening in the world today, it's unprecedented. I'm pretty sure it's never happened before, where all of these different nations, specifically the ones named, are attacking Israel at once. Okay, and with Israel, allegedly it was Israel, I mean, who else would it be, taking out the leaders of Hamas, the two biggest leaders of Hamas recently, and also a Hezbollah leader, commander. These are big moves that show one thing. They've already promised a retaliation. The Ayatollah Khamenei of Iran just in the last 24 hours said that they're going to do a direct hit against Israel. And if that doesn't shake you in your boots, not out of fear, but out of just comprehending that the end days, as foretold, are coming. If that doesn't make you shake in your boots, I don't know what will, because all it's going to take is for them to attack Israel in Jerusalem, and that's the last step, because the prophecies specify Jerusalem. And when they surround the holy city, like Ezekiel and Revelation say, so when these armies, they've started the attack on Israel, but when they go in to attack Israel, when they attack Jerusalem, when their armies surround Israel and Jerusalem, that is when God and Messiah are said to arrive. And people, it's like the world is oblivious to this. It's very frightening in that respect too, because so many people are clueless. Okay, but it is happening. There is no way, like I've said before, let me put it this way. There's no way that this is just some big coincidence. They're just countries having conflicts. Israel was desolate, and the Jews and the Christians didn't live there for like 2,000 years. Very few of them did. During that span of time, when Islam ruled over Israel, the majority of the people of God were flushed out, okay? Or worse. And Israel was dormant. After the Romans destroyed it in 70 AD, it was dormant, essentially, of the people of God for nearly 2,000 years. Okay, and Israel was only reborn in 1948. And the prophecy of Ezekiel says that Gog and Magog will come and attack Israel once it is reborn and the people return to live there. That only occurred in 1948. Okay, so this prophecy was written hundreds of years BC. That's nearly 2,500 years before Israel was reborn. Okay, 2,500 years before. And even after Daniel foretold that the second temple would fall and that Israel would fall to the Romans, that was still about 2,000 years before the events actually occurred. Okay, so this isn't just some random, conflicts with countries right now. This was foretold way in advance, and it was foretold at a time when they had no clue Israel would be reborn after 2,000 years. They had no clue that would happen. Okay? They had no clue. And if people can't understand that this is it, then I don't know what to say, because I had to sit down and tell my mom last night. She's so clueless about all this stuff, like most Christians are, absolutely clueless. And I had to tell her, long story, explaining all the history of everything. But then I said, you have to be ready, because any day now they could start this war and Jesus will arrive. And when he arrives, the angels are going to come arrive to people. So even if you're worthy, I told her, I said, you're probably going to have a heart attack. You'd be so shocked, because you know so little, that if an angel appeared and said it's time to go and leave the earth because it's being destroyed, I told my mom, you'd just have a heart attack. You wouldn't be able to withstand that. You know, people have to be prepared in all ways, shapes, and forms for when all of this goes down, because those are the things that are going to happen. The angels are going to come to those who are worthy and translate them. That's going to be an epic thing to go through. It'll be terrifying for most, I would imagine, and will be taken away off this earth while it's being pummeled and destroyed. And that's if you're in the good boat. If you're in the bad category and you fail at judgment, you're going to have to be stuck here going through all the misery. So people have to get ready. Don't say, everything I've been warning for 8 years has come absolutely true this year in 2024, the very year that I said it would happen. All the things I've warned are coming true. These prophecies say one thing, point to one thing. It's nothing else. It's nothing else. Okay, and there's going to be a lot of oblivious people in the world, and I don't know if you're going to be worthy to get taken up if you're oblivious, right? You can't. God doesn't reward ignorance, so everybody has to get ready.